Hello everyone and welcome to another video with me, Umber Rays, and how much more appropriate could this video's timing be? Well, not much by my calculations, because currently on the JP side we have been doing the Ifrit raid for quite a few days, and if you've been playing it on the JP side, you'll know what I mean by Burnout, because, get it? Ifrit, fire summon, burning things down. Yeah. Anyway, so not just that, but in all honesty, something that has recently happened for both the JP and global side is Final Fantasy Tactics. And something you'll learn very quickly is that limited time events and events in general can be pretty grindy. Hey, if you played WOTV for a day, you'll know that it is kind of grindy. But eventually you do kind of start hitting maybe more critical mass, and providing that you're not just like me and trying to develop a lot of different characters, you get a little bit of downtime after an event ends. You've farmed all of your Landu or Ramza shards, or maybe came a little bit short, and hey, guess what? You can take a little bit of a break and you realize, hey, I'm feeling a little bit of burnout. And let me tell you, it's not just you, it is me too. After the Final Fantasy Tactics event ended, and just doing this Ifrit raid to basically infinity, this is the raid that I have done the most in. I'm currently level 77, and I'll probably be level 70, I'll probably get to level 80 before the end of the event. And I'm still about 7,000th overall in terms of positioning for this stupid thing. But regardless of my feelings about the Ifrit raid, it is just pretty natural to eventually feel burnout in this game. There are a lot of things to do. It can sometimes feel like you're not necessarily making progress, you're not happy with stuff, or hell, even the Whimsy Shop. The Whimsy Shop is, I think, a big mental discourager, which makes me wonder why they even have it the way it is. Don't let anyone tell you different. 100 Lapis refreshes are a scam. A big one. They are a whale scam. But anyway, so yeah, this is a problem that I've come across a lot, of just having this thing where it's like, man, I've done a lot of stuff and I just need to take a break. And that is something that you should do. When it comes to WOTV and break, there are some things that can give you a second win. Getting a new character, finding out that a different character maybe in your collection is actually really, really good. Maybe taking a step back and just taking a day off. But yeah, burnout is a serious problem, and one of the ways that I traditionally fight burnout, other than just getting lucky and pulling a new character, and then it's all exciting again for a little bit. The thing that I do usually is I actually just skip an event. No, really, that's what I do. I get tired of playing WOTV. It is pretty common. It's just that realizing that events repeat themselves. This is a thing that I think is really important for globalers to hear. You may think that some events, and some events don't, like Final Fantasy XIV hasn't returned, Final Fantasy I hasn't returned. That much is known. But at this point, a lot of stuff has returned on the JP side, meaning that you don't necessarily need to do it. You can just log in, do your dailies, which is pretty darn minimal, and feel like, you've gotten your stuff done, and you don't really need to you don't need to burn out. You don't need to do every event in this game. As a matter of fact, I would recommend even skipping some events, just flat out, just doing the basic to get your achievements, just doing your dailies, just go down to dailies for a little bit, and then pick it back up again in a week or whatever. But I think it's important that you, A, keep doing stuff in the game, because the game does reward you for continually playing and continually doing stuff, and that will help you out in the future when something comes along that you do care about. But you know what? If it's okay to kind of take a step back and just say, you know what? 1 week, that's when I'll start playing again. That's when I'll start farming again. You really won't lose that much, especially if you're still doing your dailies or whatever. Like, again, for right here, this weapon event, a sword that I particularly was feeling pretty bad about because, again, this was a sword that came about the same time as Miranda came out. It's supposed to be a more magic-based sword. It is, generally pretty darn strong for Miranda, but I didn't have Miranda at the time, and I kind of kicking myself now because as it turns out, I do have Miranda. I do like her a fair bit, and really was wishing to have that sword, and boom, there it is, kind of thing. Showing up after the Ifrit event, that's some major bullshit. I mean, but regardless, it is nice to see that this event is coming back. It does mean that I get a second chance at it, but it did give me a little bit of a break. The Miranda banner, about the time that the Iron Giant trial, you remember my Doom video, which it was still tons of fun. I just lost my train of thought. About the time that the Iron Giant came out and this was happening and Miranda was there, and Miranda had a distinct, kind of a more advantage because it just favored mages a little bit more. I took the time off. I did not do the achievements. I did not do the milestones or anything like that. I didn't do almost anything at that time period. I just took some time off, kept doing my dailies, and then played some other games at the time. And guess what? Both of these have recently come back. Now I have Miranda. I'm feeling a little bit more refreshed, and boom, there you go, kind of thing. With WOTV, it is getting a little bit used to the content, getting a little bit used to the grind, but it's also understanding that grind, while it is a thing you need to do, it's not always the thing you need to do. It is very much a thing that you can skip and just wait for the event to come back. Just get your free lapis, get your free UR orbs if possible, and don't worry too much about it. If the WOTV content train is not moving at an incredibly breakneck pace, and then it does mean that events will just kind of get repeated eventually. So, yeah. Overall, I would say that it's not too much of a big worry, and if you are feeling like any amount of burnout right now, because obviously the tactics event was a really big rush for a lot of people, and some people didn't even finish getting all of their character shards. They're just going to wait till part 2. Give yourself a bit of a break. Give the game just a tiny bit of a break. But again, logging in every day, getting that free lapis, and all of the resources that you get from that is still beneficial to you. If Gummy's going to make this game, kind of expensive to develop characters and whatnot, you should get all of your free stuff. But, take a step back. Realize it's not the end of the world. You don't need to craft a +3 in every weapon type, because there's a chance that you won't get every type of character and weapon type. So anyway, I guess that's my advice for you. I really would I think that it's important from my own experience as well, with a lot of JP players who quit because they felt that the grind was pretty tough and development was pretty slow. And this was back on JP when we weren't getting as much UR orbs and whatnot. It can be pretty easy to get a little discouraged with this game. And really, yeah, take a breath, take a deep breath. You'll be fine. Everything will be fine. And burnout is a pretty natural thing in this. Because I'm feeling a lot of burnout on the Brave XP side, actually, right now. Maybe it's a thing in all of these games. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Take care, stay healthy, and see you in the next video.